Hi vlog. I'm at Golden Gate Park. Today's the first day of Aries season. This is bullshit. It's a new day. Thank God. Starting off the day very bratty. With my period coming in a week, I can definitely feel a sense of like impending doom. So I guess I should like clean my room. I got the fucking judgment card. I was just like, all right, what the fuck?
The police department here is like, oh, it's the roundabout.
I am I'm vlogging in public. Who am I? I'm Reed. I'm that bitch. Happy birthday to me, the big 30. I'm just grateful. I just had a nice time, and I'm just grateful to even just have a nice time, you know? I don't know. I just want to capture myself like having a good time by myself. This is why I'm not really vlogging. How am I supposed to vlog when I feel like this like once a month? I sound crazy. You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. Wow, this year was an emotional roller coaster, just like the rest of them, and just like all the years to come. Hi, my name's Rhiannon. Welcome to my channel. This is just a little 2024 recap. Excuse my appearance. I've been working on this video for the past 3 days, and I feel like I'm almost at the finish line. I also feel like my eye bags have eye bags, but yeah, you know, we're nearly halfway through the decade, halfway through the 20s. This decade, especially with the pandemic for all of us, right? This decade started off super crazy, but with 2023 and now 2024, I just feel like, for me personally, obviously, things are getting better, and it kind of makes up for my own mid-20s. I feel like the mid-20s of this decade, sorry, the camera or my phone is shaky. The mid-20s of this decade is making up for my own personal 20s. But yeah, here's a recap of mostly my hair, my makeup, music, and astrology. It's mostly just fun stuff. There was other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I'll get into that at the end in the outro. So I'll see you then. Enjoy my 2024. So yeah, my last video was a vlog of me bleaching my hair for the very first time since I started shaving it. After that video, I let my hair grow out, I don't know, for like another week or so, and then I attempted to like taper my hair, also known as like a fade. It's something difficult to do to yourself, but now that I'm dyeing my hair and getting more experimental with it, I just hope to get better at shaving my own head with a fade in the new year. But yeah, this obviously didn't work out, so I just shaved it to the skin. My hair was quite long the first time I bleached it. I had let it grow out for like, I don't know, like 20 days or something. So for my second time bleaching, I just let it grow out for a week, and I was excited to see how my hair would look like blonde but shorter. As a beginner self-bleacher, my biggest challenge is getting to those like baby ass hairs along my hairline. You can see right here on my sideburn, as well as like a little bit right here that my hair is still brunette. I think I just need to like really get the bleach in there. But I'm also finding that whatever spots I miss, especially along the hairline, it seems like my toner will usually take care of it. I'm not like an expert at all, so I can't really explain why or how. But as long as I am mostly blonde by the end of it, that's all that matters. My hair was so short the second time I bleached it, so I was really excited to see how it would grow out. I really like how my hair grows out with a little bit of bleach. Like, I like that I'm kind of half brunette, half blonde. I feel like it gives my head like a glowing effect or something. At this point, I think it was 2 weeks since my last bleaching. So, yeah, this is my third bleach, and I'm really, really happy with the results. I mean, I can just tell that, like with anything else, I'm just gonna get better and better at this over time. Because I was planning to dye my hair, I skipped toner and just went straight for the red dye, and it came out successful. I mean, it kind of looks more pink than red, but it still looks good, and that's all that matters. The week that I dyed my hair red for the first time coincidentally coincided with Christmas. So my first few makeup looks with red hair were very Christmassy. A lot of people asked if I dyed my hair for Christmas, but those people don't know the past versions of me because I've had red hair for many seasons of my life up until I shaved it. So it feels good to reconnect with this old part of myself. I'm excited to keep experimenting with bleaching and dyeing my hair. I want to get into different colors in 2025. So I'm just really stepping into my Gemini rising self because people will just not know what to expect when they meet up with me. I might have blonde hair, red hair, blue hair, green hair, patterned hair. Who knows? Oh, yeah, and I got into Notion recently. It's a bit complicated to use, but I'm trying to learn. I am using it to track my different like hair processes so I can just keep track of like how much time does it take to bleach my hair, how much is this costing me over time, and all of that. Of course, Doja is my inspo. Wow, I was for real going to shit on myself in my little recap for all my makeup looks for 2024. But now that I have gathered all of these selfies together and laid them side by side, I am realizing I cannot disrespect myself in such a way. Like, how dare I? Am I a little heavy-handed sometimes? For sure. Is my makeup not always turn out how I envisioned it? Yes, of course, but that goes for any fucking artist or any freaking human being with a vision. I've been doing my makeup. Oh my God, I almost want to cry. I've been doing my makeup since I was like 12 years old. That's like 18 years. My skill set and like creativity with makeup is a legal adult now. And yeah, I think you can see 18 years of experience with the makeup on my face. Like it's there. It's there. I'm not gonna downplay myself anymore in 2025. I'm so over it. I mean, yeah, of course I want to improve. But that's like fucking everything with life, and I just need to take a moment and just take in my own beauty, like for fucking real. So, yeah, all of these freaking looks are from this past year, 2024. Maybe in the future, I can talk about past looks from before this year. I've had so many different phases with makeup, but I mean, as much as I want to improve certain things with my makeup, I think the bigger issue that I should be focusing on is making more interesting makeup content on this channel. In the past 6 months, I've made two makeup videos, and I am barely satisfied with them. I mean, I think it's just like a whole nother skill set that is obviously separate from doing makeup. Like, this whole like voiceover thing is like, it's fucking weird, okay? I'm like literally talking into my freaking laptop keyboard right now. But, I mean, if you want to check out where I started with the voiceovers, maybe check out one of my old makeup videos. But yeah, I don't know, for me to have such fun, interesting looks, I am a little frustrated that I sound so boring when I talk about makeup. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But, with YouTube, you just have to be good at everything. Okay, let me just focus and bring it back to makeup. My first video on this channel was a get ready with me, a whole ass 2 hour get ready with me. And I think it's the perfect example of me being heavy handed, probably because I was like talking through the process of getting ready, like my makeup just like kind of suffered a little bit. But I mean, I guess the look overall was still decent. I also wanted to spotlight my birthday look. This was my makeup for my actual birthday on July 25th, low key the namesake for my channel, July Leo. But yeah, I was definitely acting like a Leo that day because I was just feeling myself so much that I was just like acting like a dumbass. But anyway, I wanted to spotlight this look because I think it's my very favorite from the entire year. And as a creative, I kind of cringe at myself for saying this, but I think it's just the technicality. Like it all just blends in so fucking well. And I guess that just shows that that's what I've been really working on this year with my makeup is how technically good everything looks or whatever. Like, I want every color to be blended perfectly together, and I want every like angle of my eyeliner or eyeshadow or eyebrow or whatever to be perfectly like complimentary to my face or whatever. I mean, I've also been focusing on like more natural makeup looks. I feel much more comfortable with colorful looks, obviously, but I've just been wanting to get into the like neutral brown eyeshadow looks or whatever. And I've also have been getting more into my foundation, which I don't always wear. I'm sure in a lot of pictures you can tell when I'm not wearing my foundation or whatever. And I'm hoping that my foundation looks good when I wear it. I don't even really need foundation, but I just wear it like for fun or whatever. But I think I need to keep that in mind is to just have fun. You know, when I get ready every day, or not every day, but most days, like that's the hour I give to myself to like put my creative energy on my face. Like I'm trying to like remember who the fuck I am before I leave the house and have to go do whatever the fuck and see whoever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like it's honestly like such a ritual, such a like just beautiful part of my life. And yeah, I can't believe I was gonna come at myself hella critical. I also hope to share more outfit content in the next year. Fashion and style, like clothing style, was actually my first love, like truly before makeup, only by like a couple years, but like I I'm not saying like I have the best fucking style, dripped, swaggy, whatever. But I like how I dress and I just want to share it more with y'all. One of the like fun parts of style for me because my memory is kind of like sickeningly good. I just love thinking back to certain days and remembering what I wore and how I looked and like why I chose that look or whatever. And the other day I shared on my little Instagram, like TBT, an outfit of the day from when Lana dropped because I'm just such a SZA stan. Like I fucking love SZA. And this is like such a great natural segue into the next area of life that I will be sharing with you. Here is my Spotify Wrapped. Of course, Charlie's at the top because of Brat. I mean, I was kind of late to the Brat party. I wasn't feeling super bratty this past summer, but I definitely had a Bottom. Peggy, Megan, and SZA always make it to my top five. I just play them so much. I mean, Peggy and Megan both had some new projects this year, and they also both went on tour, both of which I attended. So I think that's why my girl SZA wasn't higher. I mean, of course, I still listen to her a lot. I still stan her. I don't know. I probably don't have to defend myself that she's not like number one. I'm sure it's enough that she's always top five. I mean, these are just listening stats anyway. And then yeah, Doja's up there too. I think she's just had like a lot of good projects over the years. Songs probably just pop up on my shuffle. And then as for my top songs, Freaky Tea by Tia Corinne is one of my all-time favorite songs. My Instagram username for a while was Freaky Re. But I changed it recently to July Leo, just like this YouTube channel. But I don't know, I just didn't think people got the reference, you know what I mean? And I felt like Freaky Re sounded corny, but that song, Freaky T, is not corny. It's such a banger. Skipping to number three and four, 360 and Club Classics, the first two tracks from Brat, because I played that album a lot at the end of summer going into fall, getting ready for Brat Tour, which I'll get into in a little bit. I'm sure I just would play from the top of the album and then like skip to some other favorites. Like, what else did I like? I liked Everything is Romantic, Von Dutch, 365, also like a lot of the remixes. Upon joining a gym this year, I of course made a gym playlist and I played it a lot. So I feel like that's why Yeah Glow and Back Outside made it into my top five. I think those songs are like the top of my gym playlist. So I think that's how they snuck up on there. Not that they're like bad songs. I was just kind of surprised to see that I played them so much because I feel like I didn't. I love Glorilla, I love Anicia, I love Lotto, but I just didn't expect these songs to be in my top five. Here are the next 10 songs from my top songs of 2024. I thought it would have been sick if one of the Cardi B songs made it to my top five. Plan B is like one of my all-time favorite Megan songs. Bingo by Veda is a underground banger. And of course I love Nasty by Tinashe, but No Broke Boys is another banger. I should probably think of another word aside from banger, but whatever. Would have been cool if Forgiveless made it to my top five again. I think that was my number one song from last year with SZA's new project. I'm sure I'll get some of those songs on my top five next year. Not to like get caught up in the optics or whatever, what like my top songs and artists are from Spotify. And also fuck Spotify. I'm like, should I change to Apple Music? But I have so many literally gargantuan playlists on my Spotify that I'm really attached to. So I am caught up in the ethics of all that. But yeah, just wanted to share my top songs, and I can't talk about music in 2024 without shouting out Kendrick Lamar. He really took over this year, and I'm so grateful that he gave us one of the greatest rap beefs of all time. I really did not think I would see all that in my lifetime. It was like Tupac versus Biggie shit, but with the power of like the internet. Shit just got crazy and out of control, and I'm really grateful that he took out Drake. Also, really grateful to my baby for buying us Grand National tickets. So I'm really excited to see him and SZA in like 5 or 6 months out here in the Bay. Now, moving on to my queen, SZA. So grateful to her because she's just been dropping all of these albums throughout my 20s and they've just been really anchoring me. Sorry, I just realized I am now 30, so my 20s are like in the past. Sorry, that was like the first time that's ever happened where like I forgot I'm not in my 20s for a second, or I misspoke or whatever. But anyway, I just love this album cover. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I was really excited to listen to this. I thought I would try to do some like reaction content.
With Kendrick? Come break my back, bitch.
I mean, it wasn't even really for the content. I just usually even if it's like my favorite artists or whatever, like when I listen to an album, I just kind of listen like passively throughout the day. I never just like sit down and like actively listen. I tried to do that when Lana dropped, but she dropped it. She dropped it like later on in the day on December 20th rather than right at midnight, and I had to get ready. So yeah, I was just listening while I was getting ready, and I'm just realizing like reaction content is just like not my thing, at least not right now. I'm just too shy, okay? I'm just too shy. Especially on this damn channel of mine. Like, I just don't know if my reactions are like super entertaining or whatever the fuck. I'm just so shy, but I still really enjoyed it, really loved it. And I mean, I just want to work on my speaking skills. Like, I've been out of school now for 10 years, and I'm just realizing like my communication skills may or may not be on the downturn or whatever, whether that's spoken or written. I did record like my first initial thoughts, so I thought I would just like share those thoughts with you guys just to like practice putting myself out there and like actually having a brain and having an opinion and all that.
That are happening.
I love that. Susan, any thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts. I'm
Okay.
joking. It's been beautiful.
I finished my makeup and I have now listened to the SOS Deluxe twice. I was about to say just SOS, but it's Lana. And I like it. I'm really excited to spend more time with this album. Just like I've been spending the past how many years of my life with all of SZA's music. I mean, the fact that it's a deluxe of SOS, I guess these are like leftovers feels like such a disrespectful word for this art, but overall the songs from Lana have like a softer, slower sound, and I can see how maybe they didn't make it onto SOS just because of like the flow of SOS. And also SOS has like a lot of like dark, heavy songs like Blind, what else? Blind, maybe just Blind. I don't know. I'm kind of new with talking about music. Yeah, my favorites are, I mean, honestly, I'm a bit partial to the snippets just because I was like looking forward to like hearing the full versions of those songs. So yeah, it's Diamond Boy, Crybaby, Kitchen especially. I like how she sings in such, I don't know the technical terms, but I feel like she sings in like a lower register, if that's the right term or whatever. Of course, Drive. I also have Scorsese Baby Daddy as like an off-top favorite just because it's like funny to me. And then I'm excited for the 30 for 30 song with Kendrick because I'm excited to hear that live. I was hoping for more rapping on Lana. Also, I was hoping to get PSA streaming. I hope one day it'll be on streaming. For SZA's and Kendrick's collabs, I mean, I feel like Luther is like such a solid love song. Gloria is like a very like deep, seemingly at first it's a love song, but it's really about Kendrick's pen, Ain't No Bitch Like My Pen or whatever. That's like such an epic, like deep song or whatever. So I feel like 30 for 30 is probably just like them having fun and talking shit. But yeah, I loved it. Yay! Yeah, 2024 has been such a great year for music. I also went to a lot of great concerts this year. My first concert of the year was Danny Brown for his Quaranta tour, and that was really fun. Oh my God, and I also unexpectedly saw Alice Long Gao open up for him, and she just like makes such like fun music. One moment she's playing the harp, and then the next moment she's like screaming her lungs off. I also wanted to share that I got two music tattoos this year. One of them was for SZA's SOS album. I got like the Morse code of SOS on my arm. And then, like, right next to it, a few months later, I got this Danny Brown tattoo. This is from his earlier mixtape from like 10, 15 years ago, Triple X. I got it because he released that mixtape when he turned 30, and then I got that album cover on my arm on my 30th birthday, which was so fun. Shout out to Castro Tattoo for both of those tattoos. But I love Danny.
You know, I love the Bay Area, man. It's one of the places that influenced me so motherfucking much, man. So every time I'm here, man, it's truly a blessing, man.
And I also love Peggy because they're both just such like experimental, like underground artists that came up, quote unquote, a little bit later in life in their like late 20s, early 30s or whatever. And I just like really appreciate and like look up to them for that. And especially their work is just so, I need a thesaurus, but their work is just really experimental. And I feel like that's how I approach anything that I touch, you know what I mean? Whether it's makeup or this whole YouTube thing or like whatever else. So yeah, I just needed that classic ass album cover on my skin for the rest of my life. So yeah, I saw Danny in April and then Peggy in like August, and both shows were at the same venue, so I'm not sure if like the footage looks the same or not. I really loved his new album this year. I mean, I've loved all of his projects. Just like with SZA, I appreciate having his art like bookmark all these different chapters of my life. It's nice to have some experimental hip hop because that is just, I don't know, that's just the type of shit that I love or whatever. I really love hip hop, but then I also like weird shit, so I appreciate him bridging that gap or whatever. Really appreciate his like experimental production as well as his like very honest and like funny lyricisms or whatever. I also saw Megan in June for her Hot Girl summer tour. I always told myself if she ever comes to the Bay, I have to go and support. I know she went to Outside Lands like last year or maybe the year before, but I mean, I wasn't going to go to a music festival just to see her, but if she ever had her own tour, I was going to be in there for sure because I just really love how female hip hop has been like blowing up so much these past few years, and I really feel like Megan brought the tide, if that even makes sense, whatever. I just like fucking love her, and I just had to go and like be there and support. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm just like so honored that I got to see her shake that ass in real life. And now for the motherfucking Brat tour. I just love concerts that go hella viral on the internet and like I don't know, they go viral for a reason because they just have such good like visuals and it's just a whole ass experience. So yeah, Charlie's Brat tour was definitely that, as well as SZA's SOS tour, which I was very lucky to go to both of the shows in the Bay last year. But yeah, back to Brat Tour. Oh my God, it was just, I don't know, it was just so exciting. Like, just to be there with everyone else, like in the Bay, just like having a Brat night or whatever. I think I got into Charlie around 2019 with her self-titled album, and I've been following her music ever since. And like, yeah, I guess I just really like experimental music. And I know she's like kind of riding the line between like pop and like underground, but I mean, obviously she's not underground anymore. This year was so huge for her. It's just been really cool to see her like blow up and like just do her own thing and blow up off of doing that. Like it's really inspiring, and like Brat is just such a good album. It covers like such a range of emotions with such honesty, and also just like sounds really good. I mean, she's a Leo, so I really I really love Von Dutch a lot. I don't know, I love all the songs. I love how I love how the last two songs, it goes from I think about it all the time to like 365, and I just, as a 30-year-old, I just hella relate. It's like I do want like a traditional life in a way where like I have my own family, but then I also feel like life just started and I want to keep partying, and like I just wish my ovaries could understand and just like, I don't know. I just wish I could like, I don't know, comfortably just like wait to have kids, but I don't know, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how to talk about these things, so luckily Charlie makes songs about these things. And then most recently, I saw Fouché at the end of November, and I'm really happy that I saw her because she's also like another favorite of mine. My favorite album from her was Softcore because it just like marries R&B and like I guess hardcore music, or I don't know, like punk rock type music. I'm not as familiar with like those type of like subgenres or whatever. Basically, every other song is like her singing and then her screaming. It's so like fucking badass. I love that album. But this tour was more so for Pointy Heights, which she released this year, which is like a much more chill retrospective like singer songwriter type. Again, I'm new to like describing music or whatever. So I feel like, I don't know, I just feel lame and like I need a thesaurus or something. But yeah, with this concert, I saw her so up close and like personal, and it was just like such a fun experience. I loved how she like interacted with the crowd. She like mosh pitted or whatever, or like crowd surfed at one point. Yeah, and she's like such a badass on the guitar and just like such like a fun performer. I'm really glad I got to see her. I also wanted to shout out Dochi. Oh my God, I feel like I always mispronounce her name. I think I used to say Doechi, but it's just Dochi. But she also released a really good mixtape this year. She's just so fucking talented. Like she sings and she raps, and just like the way that she's like able to use her voice is just so like, oh my God, she's coming up like for fucking real. And I wish I got to see her in concert when she visited the Bay. I definitely would have went. Oh my God, I definitely would have went, but I had work that night, so I couldn't make it. But damn, that would have really made this year like such a good year for concerts. But I'm glad with everything I did experience, whether it was at a concert or just like listening to music in my day-to-day life. Okay, hopefully I get better at talking about music in the future. Hello, my channel is named Jalileo, which is obviously like astrology themed. So of course I wanted to talk a bit about astrology, and how it's such a major part of my life and how I hope to expand this part of my life. And excuse the visual. I mean, I think it's kind of a cool image, but I just don't have like so much footage to go with every word that I'm saying right now. So, yeah, this is just like the default visual for this segment. Growing up, I was like casually into astrology. Like, I definitely knew that I was a Leo sun or whatever. I was definitely open-minded to it, but just I just didn't know like how much there is to know about astrology and like our birth charts and all that. It wasn't until like 2019 or so that I started consuming like a lot of informational content about astrology, such as this podcast, What's Your Sign? Shout out to that podcast. I mean, I don't think they make it anymore, but I just got such a good foundation of my astrology knowledge. And now, like 5, 6 years later, I do feel like I'm at like an intermediate level of astrology, and I'm just at a point where I want to see how it can grow and how I can like really incorporate it into my everyday life, just like knowing where all the planets are and how it's like affecting my chart and all that. In my videos, I definitely like reference astrology here and there. Hi, vlog. I'm at Golden Gate Park. Today's the first day of Aries season. Oh my gosh, I'm commuting to work on a Sunday, Daylight Savings Day, and the Pisces new moon. Yeah, happy Pisces new moon. I'm just gonna chill at the bar and write. I'm really tired. Got my period and shit. Yay, not pregnant. All right, bye. And this vlog from September captured me during the Mercury retrograde of that time, and then also I think the Virgo new moon. So yeah, that's kind of like the direction that I want some of my vlogs to go in, is like very astrology themed and based, and like I just really want to practice how I can like talk about astrology and just share like this lens through which I like view the world. It's quite intimidating just because I feel like a lot of people are quick to like brush off astrology and just call it like dumb basically, but it's just something that means a lot to me, and like I'm a girl. I'm a very romantic person, and I just love seeing how my life and like I guess my personality or whatever, I just love seeing it like mirrored in the sky, so to speak. Being 30 years old, of course, I had my Saturn return, my Pisces, or no, my Saturn is in Pisces. It went exact in March of this year, and I happened to be, it's a long story, but my family had a hotel, but they weren't like staying there. I know it sounds weird, but whatever. But since no one was gonna stay there, I stayed there, and I ended up taking this really beautiful like rose bath the day that my Saturn went exact, and it was just like a really, I mean, I was crossfaded, but it was just a really like beautiful experience. And I just remember just like have this sounds so silly, I can't think of another way to word it, but just having so many realizations or whatever. Like I remember like crushing this rose right here and just realizing like even when you destroy something, like it's still beautiful. I don't know, hopefully I have like journal entries or something, because like I just remember how significant that night was, but I'm trying to remember like what else like was I thinking. And like I said, I really hope to incorporate astrology into my day-to-day life. Like I just want to keep in mind like where all the planets are. So I got this little whiteboard from Target that I can update day to day, and that way it's like one of the first things I see when I get up or whatever. And I can update it as the planets move about. For example, on the first day of Capricorn season, I updated my whiteboard that the sun was no longer in Sagittarius but in Capricorn. And I really feel like I'm living my best Capricorn season life by just, I don't know, like taking initiative and like really setting intentions to show up for this practice that I love. And then I also set up some reminders on my phone for when these different transits take place. So I'm like staying up to date in real time or whatever, and don't have to like dig up my planner or my journal to see like what is happening next. I can just pull it up on my phone. So yeah, I'm not sure like what direction my astrology practice is gonna go, but I want to know. Like I'm not sure if I'm one to like read people's birth charts. I would love to try that, but that it just feels like such a huge responsibility. I just want to develop my own practice and knowledge of astrology as much as I can before I like get other folks involved. Oh my gosh, I just realized tomorrow is the Capricorn new moon on December 30th, and I'm pretty sure I'll have this video up by then. I just think by posting this video, it's just a good way to set intentions for both this new moon and the new year. Capricorn is the eighth house in my chart, which is like the house of transformation and like just overall like making deeper connections, and it's also like a lot with intimacy, and I just feel that I am transforming. I mean, I guess that word is a bit dramatic, but I just feel like after so many years of suffering, I'm finally becoming this version of myself that I've always kind of dreamed of, and just like dedicating a lot of time and energy to things that really matter to me, such as this channel and astrology and my health, both mental and physical. And that's just something I want to carry out into the new year and all the years to follow. Wow, what an amazing video. Don't you just want to like, comment, and subscribe all over that fat, juicy thing? Okay, sorry. I'm delirious, obviously. I'm delily. So, I also wanted to talk about how I joined a gym. I wanted to share some decluttering I've been doing around the house.
Our eating and shopping habits can say so much about our culture, our parents, our upbringing, socioeconomic status. I have so many food-related videos on my idea list lately.
And I also wanted to share a bit about my mental health journey, because that's kind of what got me back onto YouTube. Depression bitch problems when you're laying in bed so much that your body aches. It should be a flex to look this fine and normal after a depression episode, but I just feel like a phony. I truly feel like a clown that has put on all of their makeup. And as I'm getting ready today, I was just like, I'm officially gonna have a thing for clowns because I feel them. But yeah, I guess I clean up all right, for what it's worth. You may not know my lore. You probably don't, but in the future, I'll share all of this shit. Maybe not the decluttering. I'm kind of over feeling myself, decluttering. It's like, I don't know, it's not worth it. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna continue doing this shit, so there will be plenty of time to talk about whatever in 2025. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say. I feel like I said it all in this video. Prosperous new year to you all. Happy Capricorn new moon, and bye.